Okay, folks, this video is about Noah Antwyler, aka Spoony, aka TheSpoonyOne. Around 2008 to 2012, there was this content creation company known as That Guy with the Glasses. Today it's known as Channel Awesome, but at the time it was known as That Guy with the Glasses. And it came around just around the infancy of YouTube and branched off away from YouTube, and it brought in a lot of different content creators that would make videos, mainly reviews surrounding movies, TV shows, video games, music, comics, the whole gamut of media and entertainment. There were creators on this site that would make content. I was a big fan of this site. In fact, I actually auditioned to be the nostalgia chick. So I was a fan and I did consume a lot of the content on the site. And one of their most popular content creators was Noah Antwiler. Noah Antwyler had his own site, the Spoony Experiment, at the time. Spoony would host his unique brand of angry reviewing videos that were popular at the time, thanks to creators such as the Angry Video Game Nerd, Make21, Urinating Tree. There were a lot of different personalities around the time that capitalized on the angry reviewing genre, and a good many of them went to Channel Awesome. Spoony was their most popular creator. He basically took the internet by storm with his unique blend of like mystery science theater-esque irreverent humor, and his interesting choice of, rather than doing classic Nintendo or PlayStation or more well-known games, he would focus on the more obscure titles, stuff from like the Sega CD or the 3DO. And that's what made me really love him as a content creator. I thought he was a different vibe, and really sort of nudge wink wink to the geek community, where if you got it, you got it, and you didn't, well, that's on you. He was on top of the world for a lot of years, and then he wasn't. His personal life, different issues got in the way, self-destructive habits, and now in today's current year, at the time of this video, Spoony is but a shell of his former self. I actually did make a post about it on my website in 2021. I will leave a link in the description box of this video. I stand by most of what I said in the post, with one notable exception that I do feel necessary to bring up. At the time when I wrote the post, I did erroneously misgender Jacob Chapman, who was identified as Jesu Otaku at the time. And I realize my gaffe now, and I do apologize. So if I could backstep on anything that I said in the post, it would be that I do apologize for misgendering Jacob Chapman. But everything else I say in terms of Spoony and his just sort of trajectory to fame and just his downfall, I maintain that. And it was a post that was kind of a passion post. It's not normally the type of topic that I would cover on my site. I wasn't intending to make a follow-up response to this post, even though it ironically became one of my most popular posts in 2021. I was just going to leave it as is until I received a very odd email in my inbox.
You really don't know about the r/the Spoony Experiment X subreddit, don't you? I'll give you $10 if you write an article about how we bully poor Spoony. And you can write whatever you want, provided you have an Litecoin address. Article first though, even if I don't like it, I'll give you the $10 in LTC.
So I read that email and I didn't really know how to respond at first. There's a lot to take in with that. It's like, who is this person? Why are they randomly emailing me to basically talk more about Spoony? Or maybe just bring more attention to Spoony. And I'm obviously not going to take them up on their email, like, no. The email made me think back to why my post on Spoony had gotten so popular. And it's because someone from the r-spoony experiment Reddit page had actually cross-posted it onto Reddit. So, I was curious. I went to see what they had to say about it. And it led me into this rabbit hole of seeing what kind of community is really around current day Spoony. I mean, it's this very bizarre, weird amalgamation of, I suppose, genuine fans that genuinely want Spoony to clean up his life and to get back to his former glory days of like the 2008s. But then there's also this weird subsect of anti-fan that's just really passionate about following every misstep Spoony makes and documenting every just thing in his life, like every negative and failure. Him losing his girlfriend, him losing his home, getting into a car accident, losing his dog. It's all there. It's all documented on YouTube. And even the stuff that looks sincere, it's still bizarre to see these people put so much time and energy into putting a microscope on this man's life. Like, leave the man alone. I mean, there's something to be said about the parasocial relationship. And for parasocial, I did write this, I did make notes because I really didn't want to ramble through this. So a parasocial relationship is it's a one-sided relationship. A person extends their emotional energy, interest, and time in another person or party, whereas this party is completely unaware of said person's existence. And this matches Spoony's fans in spades. I mean, even before the downfall, I think there's footage of Spoony remarking how uncomfortable he felt about complete strangers coming to his house and expecting a welcome, and rightly so. Like, everyone's entitled to their privacy. And I do recognize the ironic nature of me talking about this, the ironic nature of me saying to leave Spoony alone, whereas I'm sure Spoony doesn't know who I am and could give a damn less who I am. And that's why I want to bring this back to say this video isn't really about or for Spoony per se. It's about his fans or anti-fans, or the ones that are still following him to clock his every move and his every misstep. I have a very sincere, like, honest question for you. Are you getting anything out of this? Are you really, does it fulfill you to see a man fail or to see a man fall apart in front of your very eyes? That can't be healthy, mentally or spiritually. I know from experience, it's not healthy to just fester on negativity. And the reason why I know is a few years ago, I would say around the 2012-ish, just around the time where that guy with the glasses was slowly on the downturn. They had lost a lot of their talent at that time. YouTube was on the come up, and a lot of the outlier video content sites like Blip TV were no more. So a lot of the other sites that weren't YouTube were left to lick his wounds around this dark period. And around this time, when I saw that guy with the glasses, or Channel Awesome, was a sinking ship, I somehow gravitated toward this site called Dead Horse Interchange. And it was this forum. It had different varying topics, but at the time they had a board specifically for members of Channel Awesome. And it was just all of these posts about different things. Oh, this person's doing this, or oh, it's like, it was all this weird, negative, almost tabloid type of content. And at first, I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of addictive to read it, because it was this weird justification of me falling out of love with that guy with the glasses and reading this. I was like, oh yeah, well, I'm so glad I've jumped ship, because look at this train wreck. And I kept consuming this content from Dead Horse Interchange. I was a consumer of this Dead Horse Interchange forum until I wasn't. I think at one point I realized I wasn't getting any positive energy from this site. It was all negativity and just dourness and celebrating any sort of failure or unfortune in these people's lives. And I realized that can't be good. That can't be spiritually or mentally good. So one day I just said no more, and I stopped going, and I haven't been back since. I couldn't even tell you if the site's still active, because I don't want to go back to the site. I don't want to feed into that negative energy that's really not beneficial to anyone. And so that's why I give this message to all these fans or anti-fans, or the ones that are documenting Spoony's every step. Let the man go. If he wants to get back to his former glory, then he will. But maybe he just wants to heal. Maybe he just wants to move on. Maybe he just wants to be a geeky middle-aged man that wants to enjoy his geeky stuff. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But I really think he should be allowed to proceed in peace. He's made a lot of mistakes. He's got issues, I think, that need to be resolved. But I can't do that for him. And you can't do that for him. He has to do that for himself. And I really hope that he does. But in the meantime, get another hobby, guys. Just let the man go. The Spoony you know is no more. Yeah, I don't really have an appropriate ending for this video. I just felt like it had to be said. Leave Spoony alone. Come on, guys. Thanks.